never had to pay attention to the road so much until you get on one of these back road, like 2-lane highways, where your tires are literally touching the yellow stripe on one side and the edge of the road on the other. You've got to keep it dead center. So we're going to pick up the truck. It is not done. The powder and everything is put back together. Everything that got powdered is put back together, but it still needs to be aligned because obviously my suspension was completely taken apart. So it's at the alignment shop right now, but it's the weekend. They're not going to get to it till next week. So we're going to pick it up. I need to start working on putting my lighting on this weekend because we're only 4 weeks out from Orange Beach Invasion. So we're going to go pick it up now. And the guy needs to put my dust covers for my brakes back on the truck because he had to trim them up to make them fit the lift kit that's on the truck. Record that way, like just in front of us. You don't have to pan. I'm probably gonna cut that. I don't know where my truck is sitting. I don't know if he's even still here. Oh, there's my truck. Yeah, boy, she looks pretty. All right, I'll be right back out. Pretty? I like it. I like it. I like it. I wasn't sure about the metal plate. You painted my brackets for me. I kind of need to round those edges off a little. Good so far. Yeah. Checking it out, Freddie. How's it look? How's it look? This here will be our rock lights. It's very well packaged. I mean, this is so much more impressive than what I got from No Limits Lighting. My little boy's running around helping me today. This is something else that I absolutely love about this guy here. He sends me all this extra stuff to make sure I had everything to build a wiring harness for my rock lights. No Limits Lighting just literally sent me the lights. And I'll show you what it was the rock light with like a little rubber gasket that went behind it and the bolts that, you bolt them on with, and it had a 6-inch tail of wire out the back of the rock light. And that was it. That's all I got for rock lights. This guy's sending me connectors. I got bolts, zip ties. I don't even know what these are for. I'm sure I'll figure it out. Oh, those are shrink wraps. We got the little piece to stick in for the inline fuse, and he also sent a switch to put in my cab. And then, of course, electrical tape. So this is like, it says 32 on here, but I think he was only able to send me 24 at first because he only had so many in stock. But these are literally the same exact light that I got from No Limits. You got the rock light, you got a rubber gasket or whatever behind it that just helps keep your bolts from shaking loose when you're driving. He's got a little deal right there. I'm not even sure what that is. 14 gauge wire, high performance, blah 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 blah. But it's the black and red together in one. But he sent me a whole roll of wire to build my harness or whatever out of. Plus, I don't even know what you call this stuff, but you put it over the wire. It's like a mesh or something to keep it from getting cut by rocks or anything getting kicked up underneath your truck. I'm guessing this is complimentary. I have no idea what that is for. This would be the rest of the rock lights. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and get right into these wheel lights, which is I'm most excited about. We have our instructions. No labels are cut off the top like the last one, so that I don't know who made them. These are RGBW wheel lights, triple row. They also, one of the reasons I got them was that they will sync up with my turn signals, so that whatever I've got going on the wheel lights at the time, if I hit my turn signal, the two on that side of the truck will shut off and just flash yellow with my turn signals. Also, they will sync with my brake lights on the two rear, and they also sync with my reverse lights. They do all kinds of colors. I mean, here's my remote. Change the brightness, and I don't even, I'm gonna have to read the instructions on this because I haven't. There is a lot of features that this thing has to offer. But once again, we got another decal. Got my remote, another business card. This whole wiring harness for the wheel lights. Got a relay that comes with it. And then, I mean, I don't have to do anything. It's all here. Here's my inline fuse. Fuse is already in it. I mean, everything is here. All I have to do is put it on. That's it. Also, another cool feature of this that I didn't know about until after I bought it. It's just, oh, there's some more brackets in case I want to add more brackets in here. So an added feature to these wheel lights is that they are adjustable. As you can see right there, I can close and open them. They are as big as they can get right now. We're going to try to get the rock lights done this weekend. Sunday, I'm probably not going to do much. Not really going to get started on this. I don't want these wheel lights to get in the way of the guy doing the alignment, so I'm going to wait till after he's done. But that's the lighting, and I am super excited to get it all put together for you guys, and super excited for the reveal. So we still have a full bag of rock lights to put in. We just barely scratched the surface today, but we've got the rock lights in the wheel wells now. We added a third one to the two front ones. And we replaced some of the rock lights down the side. We're basically putting them in the same location. It's just plug and play, everything we got. I also got a new wheel well liner for this side because this one was all busted up. It looked flopped out every time I took it to a truck meet. But I need a knife. Why do we have handcuffs in here? So I had to order some spacers. Asked around about who's the best one to get them from and all that. And there's a bunch of good companies. But I wound up going with Far From Stock. Damn, I was hoping that they came with Far From Stock stickers on them like Whistle and Diesels, but I guess not. I'd probably have to buy those separate. And those aren't that heavy, honestly. I'm also going to be washing my wheels and tires while I've got them off on the backside and everything, shining them up for these shows. We're at the end of day one, getting wheel lights put in on this truck. I've got both the drivers. I got both of the driver's side wheel lights on so far. Worked out all the kinks. Tomorrow I'm gonna put the passenger side on, and I'll do a little bit more videoing of that. Put my spacer on in the back, and look how the offset just matches the front on the back wheel. And then look at this side. This side is not done. Look at the amount of offset there, and then the front. Let me get my camera wiped off here. That's better. Getting breakfast ready, the little van. Today, we're gonna be putting the passenger side on. Got the wheels off last night and washed out the wheel wells because they were covered in mud. So, we just got her done. I cleaned out the carport here, picked up all my little zip tie clippings and everything. Made her all look clean. I'll show you how I routed everything. But everything fit real good, everything's working. Cracked a cold one. I ran the wires along with the e-brake line all the way across the back from this side And then same thing here, just ran it down underneath with the brake lines, and then with the wiring harness all the way up to the front of the truck. In the meantime, I'm gonna scrape off my old decals because we've got some new decals coming here in the next couple weeks. So we've run into a problem. I don't ever have problems with my truck, but last night I came home and got in my truck to drive it to a friend's house to show him what I've got done to it, and went to go up the hill here behind me and pull up to the stop sign, stopped, and then hit the gas to go through it, and it just was like gutless. It was moving, but only like 5 miles an hour. I could stomp the pedal to the floor and it didn't go any faster, didn't make any more noise, nothing. It's like the accelerator just didn't work. So it's obviously not getting enough fuel, whatever the problem is. And the funny thing is, as soon as I get on level ground or going downhill, all my power comes back and it drives like normal. It's just going uphill. So I got on the phone, I talked to a bunch of people, and it's come down to just, it's obviously a fuel problem, but it's come down to like 3 issues that I think it might be. First, we're going to try replacing my fuel filters. I know the fuel pump is working because I turned the key on, and you can hear it running. A fast fuel pump I've got under here. Just like every Duramax owner out there, I went and got me some more cats. But we're going to go ahead and replace these because they do have about 10,000 miles on them. I put them on their new last April, so it's been about a year. You're supposed to be able to run them for about 10,000 miles, but I could have got into a batch of real dirty fuel or something like that, and it could have clogged them up. So we're going to replace those first. I'm also going to replace the one under the hood because I still have my stock fuel pump under there, because I like the manual pump on top of it in case you run yourself out of fuel or anything like that. But we're going to replace all 3 of those, and then we're going to see how it goes. If it's still causing the issue, I know my mass airflow sensor is bad and it needs to be replaced, and it might be the issue as well. So if it's not the fuel pump, we'll go ahead and replace the mass airflow sensor as well. If it's not that, the only other thing that I could think of that a friend of mine brought up to me is that it could be that my EGR is plugged up because I still haven't deleted it. So if that's the case, this truck is getting trailered to every show for the next 2 weeks. I'm not going to be able to drive it, which kind of sucks, but we'll see what happens. Alright, so got the filters on there. This time, instead of getting the super long one like I had there, I've got a little bit of a shorter water separator, and it's got a drain on the bottom. And it looks a lot better than that really long one that was on there before. I'm just going to let this thing run for a little bit. If you guys don't know how to change your fuel filters on your fast system, there's a million videos on YouTube. I didn't want to put the time into doing that today, but we're going to go ahead and let this run a little bit. So we're back at it again. So got a little problem here with my wheel lights. The screw head that's on this side of the dust cover is rubbing on the rotor on the bottom side of the dust cover here. So I've got to take the brake caliper and rotor back off and try to bend that dust cover back out so it's not making a squealing noise when I'm driving. Should be thick as a doily. Also yesterday, figured out what the problem was with the truck. Replaced the fuel filters on the fast system and replaced the fuel filter in the on the stock fuel pump under the hood, and drove it from my lower driveway up the road, up a hill, all the power I needed. It's late as hell at night, but we finally got the lighting done. Check this out. So we're finally off work and we're headed towards Springfield for a truck meet that I'm actually going to be, it's going to be a surprise first public appearance with my new truck the way it is. So we're headed that way now, clean up the car real quick and meet the wifey down there in Springfield with my truck. See y'all when we get there.